Just some context that these hard cams with the heavy springs on them work well for heavy grips that are high, you know, because your length of the lever that you're actuating is much higher, so the weight isn't as aggressive. But yeah, these are hard centers. So you can see the reason why they're hard is because the bearing has basically a very steep angle it needs in order to get out of the center position, right? So if it goes that way, it's a lot of force, which displaces the cam quite a lot. And these are 1-to-1. So degrees to this are reflected in the degrees on there. So, you know, this is 5 degrees. This is 5, which makes it 10 because of the two opposing cams. So my next thing to design will be a more gradual cam force so that it's a little bit looser in the center, and then as you get to the end you get the full force. The other thing I've got here too is I've got my main spring, and then here's a little secondary spring. This is a very weak spring, it's not really doing anything, but this would actually be an option for obviously augmenting your main spring. But if, say that you're doing helicopters or something with like you have the dampers installed, which this does not have the rotary dampers installed on it because I'm ordering them. But if you had the rotary dampers, or a future thing I'm going to add is piston steering dampers on here. For helicopters, you can still have a very small spring just to have a counter balance, you know, just so there's some centering force just to counteract the weight of a grip. That's what this front spring on the cams will be for. And I'm actually going to have, this one's the older version, it's going to have 2 positions so that the springs can be narrower or wider, you know, whatever light spring you're going to want. And then this is the main spring for the centering force, and then you can also do both springs for some extra action. But yeah, to do is to design a new cam profile, which I'm probably not going to be able to do for a couple of weeks because I'm going away on a work trip for a week and a half. But when I'm back, I hope to get that new cam profile figured out, and then I think this guy will be ready for public release.